2,
7.
I thought we.
go.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, friends.
Sup.
I literally thought you guys were still. I thought we were live then, and you guys were doing that. I was like, "Yep, here it is. This is the way it is."
We did count in, and they were live, and they were counting, so that did happen.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's fitting
So it was
for
effective. We
Trashterpiece
successfully.
theater.
Yeah. Trashterpiece theater.
Oh, no, not like that.
Welcome everyone to Trashterpiece theater.
Trashterpiece theater.
Well, there you go.
All right, Corey didn't hear it.
What?
Exactly.
Okay, just for Corey. Welcome to Trashterpiece Theater.
Just for Corey.
Sorry.
Corey did hear.
I did it with you guys.
Well, this was for you. Ready? Welcome to Trashterpiece Theater.
Trashterpiece theater.
How did Ryan make noise?
Corey.
Just Corey. You just want Corey.
Yes.
Oh.
That's too late now. You really ruined it. Am I
ruined now.
hot? Am I coming in hot? How's my sound? I feel like I'm.
You're hot. You're hot tonight. You're good.
You're fine.
Am I?
You're on fire.
That doesn't help.
Welcome to Trashterpiece Theater, everyone.
Trashterpiece Theater.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
I don't want to be in charge.
All right, I'll
fine.
be in charge. All right, everybody, welcome. Tonight we are doing luck. Oh God, I gotta mute the. Oh, I'm hearing myself. I hate it. Okay, hold on. Oh, gonna hit that little button. There we go. Tonight we're gonna be doing Lux Radio Theater presents the Philadelphia Story.
Ooh.
July 20th, 1942.
1942.
Yeah, now let's go around. I'll start with me because I'm in this spot. I can see myself tonight. So I'm Cucumber. I'll be playing the host, Cecil B. DeMille, as well as Liz Imbrie, photographer, and Ruth Hussey.
Oh.
Like, is that Ruth is a hussy or her unfortunate name is Hussey? I'll find out. I'm also playing Dinah Lord and Edward, the Lord's butler. On to Ryan.
Hello, I am Ryan. I will be playing Mike Connor, originally played by Jimmy Stewart.
I'm a star.
Is that it? You're one. Okay.
That's all I got.
Corey. Hello. And I'm going to be playing the announcer, John Milton Kennedy. Let's see, Sydney Kidd, publisher, George Kittredge, Tracy's fiance, and Mac, the night watchman.
Back the night.
On to Chunk.
I'm Chunk, and I'm gonna play Mrs. Brown, and then I'm gonna be playing the secretary, and then I'm playing Mrs. Lord, and Mr. Lord, which I'm assuming is gonna be an issue later on. Patron and the librarian.
And I'm Haley, and sorry, what was that, Chunk?
No, I was just nothing. I was complaining. Go ahead.
You know, his natural state. It's fine.
Aren't you? Or maybe it's Art. You gotta blame Art for the casting,
Yeah.
right?
Stupid.
What's up with that? I'm Haley. I'm gonna be playing Tracy Lord and later Katharine Hepburn. Oh, Katharine Hepburn, which sounds like Jimmy Stewart apparently. Can't find.
They're the same person.
It's the same thing.
Same.
How about that?
This is Justin. I really apologize if he has an outburst.
Hello.
He just has outbursts sometimes.
With that.
Just apologizing in advance.
And he's gonna be playing Dexter.
Hey, I'm Justin, and I'm playing C.K. Dexter Haven. I'm Tracy's ex-husband. And currently, right now, I'm watching the Braves and Dodgers game. So, excuse me if I have an outburst. What were you saying about me? What do you want to? Okay.
Nothing. Hey, Sphincter says what?
You want me to say what? Like you don't know? Like a shit. Yeah, that's it. Like I don't know what a sphincter is. Okay.
But yes, Blue Hair Kate. Thank you for the follow.
Blue Hair Kate.
Hey. What's up?
What's up?
Thanks for the follow.
Whoa, yeah, Kate.
Let's go over what people can do to join the show and do fun things with us.
Sure thing. So everybody, for $10, you can give any of us an accent or an impression of your choice. If it borders on the line of offensive, we'll work with you to pick another one. Just so you know, at $15, you can have us say our lines in the tune of a song you might know, or in the artistic stylings of a musical artist that you know. For $20 is a group accent, so all of us will then have to do the same impression and the same accent. And then every time we hit $100, we're going to sing our lines for 2 pages.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Ryan's busy.
No, Kenny needed to unwrap a Hershey bar, and I muted my mic for him. So.
Oh. Concessions, cigars, cigarettes.
Hey, Kenny.
Oh my
can
God.
you hear me?
Regular.
Hey, Kenny, can you please not be a distraction? Thanks. Appreciate it. Nothing.
So,
So,
shall we begin?
Yes, please.
All right, so who's
Let's chat
Corey?
for a
Looks
little.
like Corey's up first. We're waiting for you. Corey.
The United States of America presents the Victory Theater.
Victory Theater!
We sell some songs.
oh, America.
Victory Theater brings you Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, Lieutenant James Stewart, Ruth Hussey, and Virginia Wilder in the Philadelphia Story. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking for the United States government, Mr. Cecil B. DeMille.
Never heard that name before.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen. This is a great moment in the American theater. The opening night of a great new theater dedicated to those principles for which free peoples are now fighting on the battlefields of the world. Dedicated, above all, to victory. Each Sunday night, a popular Columbia Network program will donate an extra performance in the service of the United States. Speaking for the sponsor and staff of our theater, which you've heard on Mondays at this same time for many years, and speaking for myself, we've highly honored that the government has asked us to produce this first program. We've met this challenge with a 4-star premiere, worthy of the star-spangled purpose behind the Victory Theater. Our play is Philip Berry's brilliant comedy, The Philadelphia Story. And our stars are the same famous quartet who played it on the screen: Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, James Stewart, and Ruth Hussey. Incidentally, we used to borrow Jimmy Stewart from his picture studio. Tonight, he was assigned to us by Uncle Sam. As you know, he's now a lieutenant in the United States Army Air Forces. Before it reaches the screen, the Philadelphia Story ran for a year on Broadway, with Miss Hepburn as the star. Backstage one night, I tried to persuade the lady to let me make the picture. She was very gracious, but another producer made the picture. However, all things come to those who wait, and to him who waits, if he waits long enough. So tonight I raise the curtain on the first act of the Philadelphia Story, starring Cary Grant as C.K. Dexter Haven, Katharine Hepburn as Tracy Lord, Lieutenant James Stewart as Mike Connor, Ruth Hussey as Elizabeth Embry, and Virginia Wiedler as Dinah. Crash.
Oh, and don't bother to come back.
Slam! Ladies and gentlemen, you've just been listening to the end of an ideal marriage. That was Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven being invited out of his happy home, with Mrs. Tracy Lord Haven issuing the invitation. But all that was 2 years ago. Right now, Philadelphia society is seething with interest over the forthcoming second marriage of Tracy Lord. And the editor of the international magazine Spy is determined to spread it over 6 photographic pages of his scandal sheet. On the way to the editor's office are Spy's major writer and Spy's foremost photographer.
I'm not gonna do it, Liz. I'm gonna tell Sydney Kid, very plainly and simply, I'm a writer and no society snoop. I'm gonna tell him just that.
Just that.
Let Kid fire me. I'll start writing short stories again. I'm gonna tell him just that.
Just that.
Come in. Oh, hello, Connor. Morning, Miss Embry.
Mr. Kid, I don't think you're being fair to me.
No?
No! Now, you're treating me like you treat all the other writers.
You really hate me, don't you, Connor?
No, I don't like you very much, though.
You hate me. I trust, Miss Embry.
No, I can't afford to hate anybody. I'm only a photographer.
Your assignment will be Spy's most sensational achievement. Tracy Samantha Lord, big game hunting in Africa, fox hunting in Pennsylvania. Why, I can see the layout now. The Philadelphia story. Closed were the portals of snobbish fox hunting. No hunter of foxes is Spy magazine. Anyway, presented for the first time, quote, a wedding day inside mainline society.
Or what a kitchen maid saw through the keyhole, unquote.
Go ahead, Connor. Writing's your job. I'm only the publisher.
All right, publisher, take this, quote. No hunter of buckshot in the rear is cagey crafty Connor, unquote. Closed paragraph.
Closed job, closed bank account. But look, Mr. Kid, how could we possibly get inside the Lord estate, let alone the house?
Just a moment. Miss Polly?
Yes, sir.
Ask the gentleman to come in.
Yes, sir.
You'll find, Miss Embry, I haven't overlooked anything.
Office.
Come in, please, Mr. Come in.
Office.
I understand that we understand each other.
Yes, Mr. Kidd, quite.
Connor, this gentleman has been employed in our Buenos Aires office. I believe he can help us with our problem.
Yeah, how?
Tell him, please.
Well, Tracy Lord's brother, Junis, is in the American embassy down there, and he's an old friend of mine. I'll introduce you two to the Lords as intimate friends of Junis's.
Ah, dear old Junius. Well, now this Tracy Samantha Lord, does she know you?
You might say Miss Lord and I grew up together.
Yes, you might also say you were her first husband, Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven.
Yes, you might.
Holy mackerel. What goes on here?
I remember your honeymoon very well. You and she on a little sailboat. The true love, wasn't it?
That's right. How did you know?
I was the only photographer whose camera you didn't smash. Oh, you were terribly nice about it. You threw it overboard.
Well, I had the idea that our honeymoon was our own private business.
Now, what are the plans, Haven? The wedding's Saturday. They should spend tomorrow night as guests of the Lords.
Well, now, wait just a minute now. There's something screwy here. Now listen, Mr. Haven, why are you doing all this unless you... Oh, you want to get even with your ex-bride, huh?
I don't think there's anything further to discuss. I'll have a car pickup. What? I'll have a car pick them up at noon tomorrow in North Philadelphia.
Made it. Why that? No
Here,
good
Mike. Take my handkerchief. There's a little spit in your eye. It shows.
Well, yeah.
Doodle-doo-doodle-doodle-doo.
Tracy! Tracy! Miss Dinah? Edward, have you seen my sister? Yes, Miss Dinah. She's in the sitting room making a list of wedding gifts. Tracy!
Mother, how do you spell omelette?
You! Why didn't you answer me?
Omelette, Mother?
Omelette? O-M-E-L-E-T.
I thought there was another L.
That's a funny wedding present, an omelette.
It's a dish, dear. A silver dish.
Dinah, bring me some of that junk off the table.
Is this a present? It stinks.
Don't say stinks, darling. If it's absolutely necessary, smells. But only if it's absolutely necessary.
Mother, the cards on the presents have been changed again.
There must be a ghost loose in the house. Maybe the ghost of bridegroom number 1.
Oh, Dinah, don't you talk about Dexter as though he were dead.
He might just as well be for all Tracy cares.
Right. If ever I see Mr. C.K. Dexter Haven again, I'll be... Mother, look at that lamp. Isn't it awful?
Santa.
They're friends of your father's.
Wouldn't you know it? What are they, tap dancers or just musical comedy producers?
That's hardly a fair for your father's interest in art, Tracy.
Art my eye. The art of putting up $100,000 to display the shapely legs of Tina Mara.
That will do, Tracy.
Oh, I give up, Mother. If you just face the facts squarely, as I did, you would know.
We both might face the facts that neither of us have proved to be a great success as a wife.
We just picked the wrong first husbands. That's all.
Well, don't let's argue about it. You wanted me to take a stand, and I've taken it.
The only stand a woman could take and keep is her self-respect.
Yes, Tracy, I know. Now I have my self-respect and no husband.
Hey, it's better this way. Really, you'll see. Let's forget about the past. We both deserve some happiness now, especially you.
Darling.
Isn't George an angel?
George is an angel.
Is he handsome or is he not?
George is handsome.
I like Dexter better.
Really? Why don't you postpone the wedding?
Postpone it? How?
Get smallpox.
Oh, don't put that idea in her head.
What time is it? George isn't usually late.
He's waiting for us at the stables.
Waiting for us at the Mother, if I don't choke her before Saturday...
It would postpone the wedding, wouldn't it?
It would not. Ugh! Be in the car when I get down, Dinah.
She's so mean about Dexter.
She was rather mean to her, my dear.
Did he really sock her?
Please, Dinah.
Well, the papers were full of innuendo.
Of what?
Of innuendo. Sorry. Cruelty and drunkenness, it said. Mother, why won't Tracy ask her own father to the wedding?
Your sister has a very definite opinions about certain things.
But don't you think it's stinking not to want father?
Yes, darling. Between ourselves, I think it's good and stinking.
Wait till you see your fiancé. He's all shiny.
What are you talking about?
Brand new riding breeches, see? George?
Is this me? Okay. Hello there.
Well, who's that terribly attractive man?
Hello, darling.
Hello, George.
Well, how do you like me?
I adore you, but you look awful.
Awful.
You look like something right out of a shop window.
But Tracy,
Help me, Dinah. We'll rub a little dirt on these breeches.
Hey, listen now. Just a minute.
Here, Tracy. Honk, honk.
No. Now stop. Hey, these are new pants.
That's just it. They're new, but they're not going to be. There. That's better.
I don't get it. When I was a coal miner, the idea was to get enough money to buy clean clothes, and now that I'm a general manager...
George, what's the thing you were reading?
This? Oh, I was just glancing through it. It's a copy of Spy.
Who takes it? Your cook?
I love it. It's got pictures of everything.
Oh, it certainly has.
I just wanted to see if there was anything in here about the wedding.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought maybe you being one of the oldest families in Philadelphia and me getting fairly important myself. Luck, of course.
Let me have that thing.
What's the matter?
Oh, look at this stuff. An average day in the life of a congressman. The congressman's wife. The kitchenware is prepared 1 banana, sliced 2 fried eggs, of all the filthy ideas coming into a private house with a camera. Oh, get on that horse, George Kittredge.
Tracy, what would happen if I took it into my head someday to go into politics?
You'd be elected president.
No, I mean about publicity.
Not in my home. Get on that horse.
Hey, where is everybody?
Dexter! Dexter!
No, hello, Dinah.
Dexter, you've come back.
Dinah, my dream girl.
Tracy! Dexter's here. It's Dexter.
What in the name of...
Well, hello, Tracy.
Dexter!
How are you, Mother Lord?
Dexter, don't you know that tomorrow's the wedding?
Oh, no. Oh, that's right. So it is.
You can go right back where you came from.
Now, Red, look. You don't think I'd miss your wedding, do you?
When did you arrive? Tell us about Junius.
Well, Junius is fine.
Oh, he should be here.
Well, he's heartbroken. I suggested representing him as best man, but...
I'm afraid George might prefer to have his best man sober.
Oh, Ow.
I wish you'd represent George.
That's my loyal little girl, Dinah. You'll like the people Junius did send, though, I'm sure.
You haven't switched from liquor to dope by any chance, have you, Dexter?
The people Junius did send.
Yes. You don't happen to know a Macaulay Connor or an Elizabeth Embry, do you?
No, I don't.
Well, then, you'd better come along and be introduced. You see, they're great friends of Junius.
Do they expect to stay here over the wedding? I think it's very queer indeed.
I think it's queerer than that. I think it's paranoid. You're lying, Dexter. I can always tell.
Can you, Red?
You went to work after the divorce, didn't you?
Well, yes, except for a brief interlude in a couple of alcoholic sanitariums.
But you took a job in South America. Who for?
A magazine.
And it wasn't by any chance Spy magazine?
You are a mass of intuition.
And I don't suppose that Junius's friends are photographers by any chance. Oh, I knew you were low, but I never thought you'd sink to anything like this.
What are you gonna do?
After I telephone Junius, I'm going to do plenty.
No, now wait, Red. Wait. I confess. You don't have to telephone Junius.
So, you confess?
No, you're slipping, Red. I used to be afraid of that look, the withering glance of the goddess.
Oh, shut up.
Now look, Red, about this man Connor, and
I'll take care of them. Who do they think they are, barging in on peaceful people?
now shush. They'll think you don't want them.
I want them out, and you too!
Yes, Your Majesty. But first, can I interest you in some small blackmail?
No. What do you mean blackmail?
Well, it's an article, complete with snapshots, details, and insinuations. And it's ready for publication in Spy. It's about your father, that dancer in New York. You see?
About father and Tina Mara?
Oh, yes, quite. Dinah may be listening. Oh, quiet. Dinah may be listening.
But they can't. Even if it's true, where'd you get this stuff?
From one Sydney Kidd, the editor and publisher.
He's got to be stopped.
Well, he is, temporarily. That is, if you'll allow those two to turn into a story on your wedding. And when Kidd says a story, he means a story.
Oh, I'm gonna be sick.
No, come back. Sorry. Yes.
That's not in the script.
An intimate day with a society bride.
Oh, I am sick.
Well, it's tough, but that's the way it seems to be.
So I'm to be examined, undressed, and generally humiliated at 15 cents a copy, and you're loving it.
Am I, Red?
All right, I'll give them an interview. I'll give them a picture of Tracy Lord that'll stand their hair on end.
Well, you look at this joint.
What is this room? I forgot my compass.
Well, this would be the southwest parlor by living room or something. Say, what's this guy Haven up to anyway?
CK Dexter Haven?
Yeah, and what kind of name is that?
Macaulay Connor's no Hunspun tag, my pet.
Yeah, well, just try calling me Macaulay.
I knew a plain Joe Smith once. He was only a clerk in a hardware store, but he was an absolute rat. Mike, take your feet off the table. Up it!
Well, tell poor Footman to call me for lunch, will you?
How do you do?
I'm sorry.
Don't bother to get up. I'm Tracy Lord.
Oh, well, my name is,
It's nice to have you here. How did you leave Junius?
Oh, fine. We left Julius fine. This is, Miss Embry.
Junius is a lamb, isn't he?
Yes, isn't he?
Oh, it's a pity that none of the male members of the family are going to here to welcome you.
No? Oh, well, where's your father?
Darling Papa, I do hope you'll stay from the wedding.
We'd like to very much.
I'm so glad that it occurred to you.
Is your father sick?
What a cunning little camera.
I'm afraid I'm an awful nuisance with it.
Oh, but you couldn't be. I hope you'll take loads of pictures. You're kind of a writer, aren't you, Mr. Connor?
Oh, sort of.
Of books?
Yes, of books. Books of short stories, yeah.
Under what name do you publish?
Oh, my own, Macaulay Connor.
What's the Macaulay for?
My father taught English history. I'm Mike to my friends.
Of whom you have many, I'm sure. English history has always fascinated me. Cromwell, Robin Hood, Jack the Ripper. Where did he teach? I mean your father.
Oh, well, he taught in a little high school in South Bend, Indiana.
Oh, South Bend. It sounds like dancing, doesn't it? You must have had a most happy childhood there.
Oh, it was terrific.
I'm so glad.
Well, now, I didn't mean it that way.
I'm so sorry. Why?
Well, I don't know. Lack of wherewithal, I guess.
Oh, but that doesn't always cause unhappiness, does it? Are either of you married?
No.
No! Well, no.
You mean you were, but now you're divorced?
Well, the fact is,
Oh, come on now. Surely you're not ashamed of it?
Of course I'm not ashamed of it.
What?
Well, it was years ago. I was only a kid in Duluth, for heaven's sake.
Good heavens, Liz, you never told me anything about this.
Well, you never asked me.
Well, I didn't ask you, of course not. Well, what's the difference?
Joe Smith Hardware.
How do you like that? You're the darndest girl, Liz.
I think I'm sweet.
Duluth. That must be a lovely spot. It's west of here, isn't it?
Sort of, but occasionally we get the
And this is your first visit in Philadelphia. It's a quaint old place, don't you think? Filled with relics. And how old are you, Mr. Connor? Tell me something. Are you two going together?
Well, now, I beg your pardon. Well, take it easy.
Odd question, I must
I don't see
say.
why. I think it's very interesting. Don't you agree, Miss Embry, that if a man says he loves a girl, he ought to marry her?
Can she be human?
Please, Mr. Connor, I asked this young lady a question.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm sorry.
Oh, well, that depends.
I'll see what's keeping Mama. You'll excuse me, won't you?
Say, who's doing the interviewing here?
You don't suppose she's caught on somehow?
No, she was born that way. But I still gotta get an interview.
Well, try the town library. You could probably dig up enough stuff to hang her whole family.
Book return, Miss Volk. Just leave it there, please.
Excuse me, are you the librarian?
Yes. What does thee wish?
I'm looking for a local bio, what'd you say?
What does thee wish?
I'm looking for a local biography, a history.
If thee will consult with my colleague over there.
Dost thou have a washroom?
To the left.
Thank thee. You reading?
Oh, look. I know this is a public library, but, Oh.
Oh, hello, my book, huh? What, couldn't afford a copy, to buy yourself?
Oh, the bookstore didn't have one.
Oh, you're sure doing the right thing now. You know what happens to a girl like you when they read books like mine? They begin to think. That's bad.
These stories are... You're a funny one. These stories are actually very beautiful. Why, Connor, they're almost poetry.
Well, don't kid yourself. They are.
I can't make you out all now.
Oh, really?
You talk so big and tough, and then you write like this. Which is which?
Well, both, I guess.
No. I believe you put the toughness on to save your skin.
Oh, you think so?
I know a little about that.
Oh, do you?
Quite a lot.
Please.
Oh,
Look, let's get out of here. Want to swim?
oh, all right.
Come on.
Splash.
Splash, splash.
Connor?
Yeah, thanks, boy. You've really got something here.
Where?
Well, I mean, all of this here, garden, swimming pool, you could sail a small yacht in here.
Hey, what were you talking about?
Oh, my book.
Yeah, tell me something, will you? When you can do a thing like that book, how can you possibly do anything else?
Well, you may not believe this, but there are people in this world that must earn their living.
Oh, heck that Dexter! Look, stand by me, will you? I don't want to be alone with him.
Oh, well, certainly if you like.
Thanks.
Hello there, Red.
Well, fancy seeing you here.
Well, what's that you're drinking? Orange juice? Thanks, I'd love some.
Oh, don't tell me you've forsaken your beloved whiskey and whiskey.
Oh, no. I've just changed their color, that's all. I'm going for the pale pastel shades now. How about you, Mr. Connor? You drink, don't you?
Oh, well, a little.
A little? And you're a writer? Dear me. I thought all writers drank to assist and beat their wives.
Dexter!
Wow. Go on. Sorry.
Next part there in the line. What?
Would you mind doing something for me?
Anything, what?
Get the heck out of here!
Oh, my dear Red. I couldn't do that. You need me too much.
Would you mind telling me what it is you're hanging around for?
Oh, look, I think I better go.
No, please, don't go, Mr. Connor.
No, please, don't go, Mr. Connor. As a writer, this ought to be right up your street.
Don't miss a word.
Well, I never saw you looking better, Red. You're getting that fine, tawny look.
Oh, we're going to talk about me, are we? Goody.
Yes, it's astonishing. Astonishing what money can do for people, Mr. Connor. Not too much, just more than enough. Now, take Tracy, for example. She even changed her shape. She was a dumpy little thing at one time.
Only as it happens, I'm not interested in myself at the moment.
By the way, Justin is enjoying these lines, talking. I kid. I'm going to be in so much trouble tonight. Couldn't just leave well enough alone. Not interested in yourself? You're fascinated, Red. You're far and away your favorite person in the world. Of course, Mr. Connor, she's a girl who's generous to a fault, except to other people's faults. For instance, she never had any understanding of my deep and gorgeous thirst.
Disgusting. It made you so unattractive.
Yes, a weakness, sure, and strength is her religion. Mr. Connor, she finds human imperfection unforgivable. And when I gradually discovered that my relationship to her was supposed to be not that of a loving husband and a good companion, but that of a kind of high priest to a goddess, well then, my drinks got deeper and more frequent.
I never considered you as that, nor myself.
You did without knowing it. And the night that you got drunk on champagne and climbed onto the roof and stood there in your nightshirt. Oh, you're out of the mood, wailing like a banshee.
I told you I had never had the slightest recollection of doing any such thing.
I know. You drew a blank. You wanted to, Mr. Connor. What? You wanted to. Mr. Connor, what would you... Oh, where'd he go?
He's gone.
Yeah.
Heard what you said, though. Make a wonderful story for Spy.
Yeah. Well, it's too bad we can't supply photographs of you on that roof.
Oh, Dexter, what are you trying to make me out as?
Tracy, what do you fancy yourself as? When I read you were going to marry Kittredge, I couldn't believe it. That's why I'm here. How in the world can you even think of it?
Because he's everything you're not.
Oh, yeah?
He's been poor, he's had to work, he's had to fight for everything, and I love him, and I never even began to love you.
Oh.
But I doubt it. I think it's just a swing from me. But Kittredge is no great tower of strength, Tracy. He's just a tower.
You hardly know him.
Well, to hardly know him is to know him well. Kittredge is not for you, Red.
You bet he's for me. He's a great man and a good man. Already he's of national importance.
Ugh. Now you sound like Spy Magazine talking.
You seem quite contemptuous of me all of a sudden.
No, Red, not of you. I'm contemptuous of something inside you. Your so-called strength, your prejudice against the weakness, your blank intolerance.
Is that all?
Well, that's the gist of it. Because you'll never be a first-class human being or a first-class woman until you've learned to have some regard for human frailty. It's a pity your own foot can't slip a little sometime, but your sense of divinity wouldn't allow it. You're a special class of American female, the married maidens.
So help me, Dexter. If you say another word, I'll deck you right in the mouth.
Oh, I'm through, Red. For the moment, I've had my say.
Tracy?
Oh, look, the Tower of Strength.
I suppose I should object to this twosome.
Well, that would be most objectionable. Well, anytime either of you want my advice...
We'll give you a ring, Haven.
Thanks. Do that, will you? Well, so long, Red. Oh, here's a little wedding present. Sorry I hadn't had any ribbon to tie it up with. Well, so long, Kittredge.
So long. Should we open this, Tracy?
Go ahead. I must remember to send him a note along with all the others.
Well, for heaven's sakes.
What is it?
Look what your friend considers a wedding present.
Why, it's the model of the true love.
The what?
The True Love, a boat he designed and built, practically. We sailed it down the coast of Maine and back the summer we were married. She was a yar.
Yar? What's that mean?
It means, what does it mean? Easy to handle, quick to the helm, fast, bright. Everything a boat should be. Until she develops dry rot.
In a moment, Mr. DeMille presents Act 2 of the Philadelphia story. Less than 20 minutes ago, a great many of you heard Cecil Brown say, and I quote exactly, "In the Far East, American bombers brought new encouragement to the courageous Chinese. The Americans swooped down on Canton Airdrome in South China and caught 60 Japanese aircraft massed on the field. The bomb bays open and most of those Japanese aircraft are no more." I wonder if you feel that you had anything to do with what happened there. Well, if you're a worker, perhaps the planes you worked on were in that fight. Perhaps someone in your family or one of your friends was fighting there. But how about you personally? Do you have anything to do with it? If you're buying government bonds, you did, because your dollars were fighting there and doing their utmost. Everybody can send dollars fighting. I was at the post office the other day, and it took my breath away to see that people crowd up to get their bonds. Rich man, poor man, bringing stamps and cash for bonds. They could almost see their money go marching. There was a satisfaction, a sense of belonging that just never comes to people that sit on the sidelines. And if you don't feel that feeling, that glow, then you're missing something real. Maybe 10% of your income is tough, but do it. And if 10% is easy, make it more. Are we going to win this war? President Roosevelt says we can, we must, we will. Won't you say that too? And then make it real by starting to put 10% of all your earnings into war bonds. We pause now for station identification. This is the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Not NBC. Act 2 of the Philadelphia story, starring Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, James Stewart, Ruth Hussey, and Virginia Wheeler. Wheeler. On the eve of Tracy Lord's wedding, her ex-husband's presence is no comfort. No comfort either is Dinah, who rushes in with news of a new complication. Tracy, I was English before. Tracy, he came anyway. He's here right now.
Who's here?
Father!
Father?
On the terrace, Tracy Lord faces her father and mother. In her eyes, there's nothing but scorn.
Now, Tracy, remember, your Uncle Willie's guest of honor tonight. You mustn't be late. I just saw that fiancé of yours, Tracy. He rode out of there in 2 wheels. Does he by any chance ever walk anywhere?
When he likes, I expect.
I have a feeling he'll take a ring tomorrow and go right through the center of it. Seth, you idiot!
Very amusing, I'm sure. Almost as amusing as the picture of you with your arm around Mother.
Oh, I find very amusing the stupid, undignified spectacle we're making of ourselves for the benefit of those 2 newspaper people.
Of course. Inasmuch as you let us in for the first place.
Oh, do keep that note out of your voice, Tracy. It's most unattractive.
Oh, how does your little dancer friend talk? Or does her?
Tracy!
You get the heck of a nerve to come back here in your best head of the family manner and strike attitudes and criticize my fiance and give orders and mess things up generally.
Stop, please!
I can't help it. It's sickening. As if he's done nothing at all.
Oh, anyway, it's not your affair, Tracy. If it concerns anyone, well, actually, I don't know who it concerns except your father. That's very wise of you, Margaret. What most wives fail to realize is that their husband's philandering has nothing to do whatever with them.
Oh, then what has it to do with?
Hey, Scabby Rooster, thank you for the sub. Hi,
A
friends.
reluctance to grow old, I think. I suppose the best mainstream of a man can have as he gets along in years is a daughter. The right kind of daughter.
How sweet.
Full of warmth, full of foolish, unquestioning, uncritical affection.
None of which I've got.
None. You have a good mind, a pretty face. You have everything it takes to make a lovely woman, Tracy. Except one essential, an understanding heart. Without it, you might as just well be made of bronze.
That's an awful thing to say to anyone.
Indeed it is.
So I'm to blame for Tina Mara, am I?
To some extent, I expect you are.
You coward!
No, but better one than a prig. A perennial spinster, however many marriages. Seth, that's too much!
What? What did you say I was?
You want me to repeat it?
A prig and a... You mean you think I'm some kind of goddess or something?
If your ego wishes to call it that, yes. Come along, Margaret.
Tracy, haven't you danced enough?
That's enough.
You know what time it is. It's after 4.
In China, it's later than that. In China, we'd be married by now. Or perhaps it's only yesterday?
Tracy, I don't understand you tonight. What's the matter?
What's the matter with everybody? Huh?
You never drink, Tracy.
Oh, you got that wrong. Prigs don't drink.
What?
Nor spinsters.
Tracy.
Nor goddesses of any variety.
Now, Tracy, that's enough.
Well, I am Macaulay Connor of the South Bend reporting for duty. May I cut in here?
I'm sorry, Connor. We're going home after this dance.
Oh, well, you can't do that to me. Not an old friend of Junius.
Oh, I wish old Julius were here.
Tracy, I'll get your wrap. I'll be right back.
He'll wrap me up.
Hello, you.
Hello.
Oh, say, you look fine.
I feel fine.
Oh, good. What was I saying? Well, let's have another drink, Kittredge Bank?
No, that's not what you were saying.
It is? Oh, no, of course it wasn't. What was I saying? I know. Why do you wish your brother was here? Does he like Kittredge?
Everybody likes Kittredge.
Everybody likes Kittredge, huh? Oh, well, everybody except, C.K. Dexter Avon, huh?
C.K. Dexter Haven.
Oh, where is C.K. Dexter Avon?
He didn't come. He's home.
Oh, he's home, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think I'll go and have a little talk with him.
Come on, Connor. Let's have some wine.
I have some wine.
Here, dear. Here's your wrap.
No. We're gonna have just one more drink before we go home.
Not you, I'm afraid, dear.
Why should you be afraid, George? You know wine never affects me, not in the slightest. One more, come on.
CK Dexter Haven? Hey, CK Dexter? Come on out. CK Dexter Haven?
What's up?
You are,
Well, I hope it's worth it. Come on in.
I bring you greetings. And a bottle of champagne. Champagne is a great leveler, or makes you my equal.
Oh, I wouldn't quite say that.
Well, almost my equal anyway. CK Dexter Haven, I would like to talk to you.
All right. Well, let's go in the talking room. Now, don't tell me the party's over so soon.
No, I just feel like talking to you.
Well, that's nice.
I wonder if I might borrow a drink.
Certainly. Coles to Newcastle. Here, sit down.
Oh, thank you.
Excuse me.
What?
Oh, nothing.
Oh, listen, are you still in love with Tracy Lord?
What?
Or, perhaps you consider that, a very personal question?
Not at all.
Well, Liz thinks you are, but of course, women like to romanticize about things.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they? You know, I don't understand how you can have been married to her and still know so little about her.
Can't you?
No, I can't. I have the hiccups.
No.
I wonder if I might have another drink.
Certainly.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you know, Tracy's no ordinary woman there. You said some things to her this afternoon that I resented.
Well, I apologize, Mr. Connor.
Well, it's quite all right. It's all right. But when a girl like Tracy, she's one in a million, and she's sort of like that.
A goddess?
No. You said it this afternoon. She's sort of like a queen, a radiant, glorious queen. Yeah, and you can't treat her like that, like other women.
No, I suppose not. But then I imagine Kittredge appreciates all that.
Oh, Kittredge appreciates Kittredge. That fake man of the people. That 5-cent edition of Sydney Kid.
I always thought Kid himself was the 5-cent kid.
Oh, you know, Kid's just using you, like he uses everybody else. That guy's colossal. He's terrific. Oh gosh, he's got everybody fooled.
Yes. No, Machiavelli is smiling. Cynical kid. The world's his oyster with an R in every month.
Say, that's not bad. When did I say that?
You didn't. I did.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anonymous, thank you. Peter and Lois Griffin for Justin and Haley.
Wow.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
Oh. Well, I
Thank
suppose...
you, Anonymous.
Why didn't you wait until we were actually in the scene together?
Because I needed a second to type it out.
Oh, it's from. Good.
Well, I suppose you never heard of Kid's Little Arrangement in Kansas City.
No.
Or San Francisco. Well, let me tell you about the time when I went to Boston, or he went to Boston. The true story of that little jaunt would ruin him.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Hey, look here. What would happen to you if I used that stuff?
Oh, why?
Well, I might want to very much. You see, Kid is holding an article on Tracy's father, and this might stop him.
Oh, blackmail, huh? Well, look, you just use it and use it with my blessings. I'm through anyway.
All right. Now, come on. Sit down there.
Oh, I gotta go back to Tracy.
Not yet. Not yet. Now, you dictate, I'll write. Now, shoot. Boston.
What?
Boston.
Boston. The time May 1938. Place Boston in a hotel. Kid has just went on.
Sorry. Pickle!
Okay. Baseball thing.
No, cucumber.
Tracy, champagne's funny stuff. I'm used to whiskey. Whiskey's sort of a slap on the back. Champagne's a heavy mist before my eyes.
It was nice of you to bring me home. I have a little mist too.
Ryan Beetlejuice.
Yes. Oh.
Oh, nice.
Is that you?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, nope. That wasn't her again.
Sorry, I'm so
Oh, and you guys are gonna be right?
Peter and Lou.
Yeah, we're going to be Peter and Lois. We'll wait till our scene comes up.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, you did pay for it, so it's.
That's why Haley was scrolling, looking for the scene. Going, yeah, there it is.
Hey, what's that?
Music. Dance?
Uh-huh.
I'll tell you what. Let's have a quick swim to brighten us up. Dexter and I always swim after parties.
Let's dip into some champagne.
Hello, you.
Hey, hello.
You look fine.
Well, I feel pretty fine, so.
Did you enjoy the party?
Yeah, sure. Pretty side of the fine, pretty world of the privileged class enjoying the privileges, you know what I'm saying?
You're a snob, Connor.
Oh, yeah, of course I am. Anyway, a wash with champagne was Will Q. Tracy's pleasure dome of nuptial eve of Tracy's. Listen to me. You can't marry that guy. He's not right for you.
George? I'm going to. Why not?
Well, I don't know. I thought it'd be for it at first, but you two don't really seem to be in the long haul, if you know what I mean. At life after death kind of a situation.
Well, then the fault's with me.
Hey, maybe so, but same time, you're quite a girl, Tracy Lord.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I know.
Thank you, Professor. I don't think I'm exceptional.
Hey, you're the ghost with the most, babe.
I know any number like me. You ought to get around more.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty upper class. Nah. Underground is where I stay.
What does class have to do with it? George comes from the so-called lower class, Dexter from the upper. I'll take the lower. Thanks.
Hey, if you can't get a drawing room.
What do you mean by that?
Oh, my mistake.
You're insulting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't apologize.
Oh, well, who's apologizing?
Oh, I never knew such a man.
Tracy?
What do you want?
Well, you're wonderful. There's a magnificence in you, Tracy.
Now I'm getting self-conscious. It's funny, Mike,
Yeah?
let's...
Well, yeah, let's what?
Let him finish it.
What? No, it's in the background, right?
I don't know. Go up, I guess. It's late.
Magnificence that comes out of your eyes and your voice. And the way you stand there. And the way you walk. You're lit from within, Tracy. You've got fires banked down in you. Hearth fires and holocausts.
I don't seem to you to be made of bronze, then?
Oh no, you're made of flesh and blood. That's that blank unholy surprise of it. You're the golden girl, Tracy, full of life and warmth and delight and, hey, what goes on here? You got tears in your eyes.
Oh, shut up. Mike, no, keep talking.
No, I've stopped.
Why? Has your mind taken hold again, dear Professor?
Alright, now lay off the professor stuff. You hear me?
Yes, Professor.
That's really all I am to you, is it?
Of course, Professor.
You sure? Come here.
What are you... Professor?
Are you sure?
Yes, of course. I'm sure.
Oh, Tracy.
Oh, golly Moses.
Tracy.
Mr. Connor.
Oh, let me tell you something, Tracy.
No, don't. All of a sudden, I've got the shakes.
Can't be anything like love, can it?
No, it mustn't. It can't.
Well, would it be an inconvenience?
Oh, terribly. Anyway, I know it isn't. Oh, Mike, we're out of our minds.
Right into our hearts.
That ought to have music.
Well, it does, doesn't it, Tracy? Tracy, you're so lovely.
Oh, it's as if my insteps were melting away. What is it? Have I got feet of clay or something?
Oh, Tracy.
Mike, it's not that far to the pool. It's just over the lawn and in the birch grove. It'll be lovely now.
Oh, Tracy, you're tremendous.
Put me in your pocket, Mike.
Cricket.
Who's out there? Well, it's you, Mr. Dexter.
Any prowlers around?
No prowlers, sir.
Can I get in this way?
Well, if you can always go up in the front, sir.
Yes, well, thanks, Mac. Good night.
Good night, sir. Hey. That you, Haven?
Well. Hello, Kittredge.
Well, what are you doing here?
I'm a friend of the family's, didn't you know? Just dropped in for a chat.
Now, don't try to be funny. I asked you a question.
I could ask you the same questions.
Well, I telephoned Tracy and her phone didn't answer. I was worried, so I walked over from the gatehouse.
I was worried too.
About what?
Well, what do you think of this fellow Connor? Or...
Now listen, if you're trying to insinuate...
Oh, my dear chap, I wouldn't insinuate anything, only...
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Listen, who's that?
Oh, that?
Thank you for the donation. Cast of Rocky Horror. Everybody.
Rocky. Dr. Scott.
Oh, that? Well, come on. I'll walk around the house and tell you all about it.
Well, something's going on here and I'm staying. So are you.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Yes.
Bluebirds.
Sorry. It's that Connor. What's he doing with Tracy?
Mike.
He already did it. It's your turn. Dexter.
Now calm yourself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was gearing up for the anticipation. Now calm yourself. Just calm down.
He's carrying her in his arms. He's carrying Tracy.
Oh.
Damn it. Sorry. Okay.
Okay, it's been like 10 years since I've seen Rocky Horror. Can someone just give me a voice to do?
You could go for was it Columbia? She's almost a chipmunk. She's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
She's on the.
I was walking down the road doing a thing,
Okay.
shaking me up. It took me
High
back
pitched
to
and cute
breath.
is her. Yeah.
That's make you keep grinning.
No.
Right here. Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow.
Now, what is this?
Now, easy, Kittredge. She's not hurt, is she, Connor?
No.
Not wounded, sire, but dead.
It seems the minute she hit the water, the wine hit her.
Now, look here.
Yes, a likely story, Connor.
What? What did you say?
I said a likely story. Take her into the house.
Now listen, if you think that I would have done...
Down directly.
Well, yes, if you want.
I want.
Hello, Dexter. Hello, George. Hello, Mike.
Second door to the right, Connor. Mind you don't wake Dinah up.
I'll be right back directly.
My feet are made of clay, did you know?
Oh, this is horrible.
Yes, how the mighty have fallen.
Is that a mic capping out? Nothing. Go on. Sorry.
But I know Tracy. She won't remember much of this. For the second time in her life, she'll draw quite a tiny blank.
Oh,
You don't believe it, do you?
believe what?
Well, the implications of what you saw, let us say.
Well, what else am I to believe?
Well, that's entirely up to you. And that's enough.
Yep. Too
Is
bad.
that it? I've got eyes. I've got imagination, haven't I?
I don't know, have you?
Oh, so you pretend not to believe it.
Yes, I pretend not to.
Then you don't know women.
That's possible.
And you're a fool.
Well, that's quite possible. Now, you won't be too hard on her, will you?
I'll make up my own mind what I'll do.
Well, we're all only human, you know.
You, all of you, with your sophisticated ideas.
Yes, ain't it awful?
Oh, well, I'm back. What do you want to do about it?
Why, you low, sneaky.
I'll take care of this, Kittredge.
Oh!
He punched him.
Oh,
Say, listen, Haven, this is my affair. White have you two.
husbands. Now, till tomorrow. You can go now, Kittredge. I'll handle the rest of it, too.
I'll speak to you tomorrow, Haven.
Sure. Well,
Oh, golly.
Connor, come on, wake up. Come on. How do you feel?
Now, look, if you think that I, was gonna...
I'm sorry, but I thought I'd better hit you before he did. He's in better shape than I am.
Well, yes, I suppose. Well, you'll do.
Mr. Dexter, is there anything wrong, sir?
No, not a thing, Mac. Just as quiet as a church.
Who's that lying there?
It's Mr. Connor, Mac.
Oh, doggone. I thought it might have been Mr. Kittredge.
Oh, well, now, we can't have everything, Mac.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
After a brief intermission, we'll hear the third act of the Philadelphia story. If you've started buying war bonds, perhaps you haven't figured that what you're doing for your country is working out to your own best interests too. But it is. And there's nothing unpatriotic about the fact that these bonds are a gilt-edged investment too, as Mrs. Brown here knows. Do you mind, Mrs. Brown, revealing your personal affairs?
No, I don't. Our income is $35 a week, and it's quite a sacrifice to put 10% of that into war bonds. But I told my husband that that's That will save quite a bit of money.
Indeed, you will. That's been carefully figured. 10% of $35 is $3.50 a week, 50 cents a day. If you buy stamps and bonds at that rate for 5 years, you'll have bonds worth at maturity over $1,200. That'll buy you the finest car you ever drove when the war is won.
And that's one of the safest investments in the world, isn't it?
Yes, these bonds are backed by the entire resources of the United States government. You're going to get back $4 cash for every $3 you put in.
And that's a lot.
Yes, but there are a few people who are thinking of reasons to excuse themselves for not buying these bonds. If you're one of them, your soldiers ask you to stop figuring why you can't buy them and start to find out how you can. Put 10% of your pay every payday into war bonds. Set your mind on victory and buy United States war bonds starting now. Our producer, Mr. DeMille.
The curtain rises on the third act of the Philadelphia story. The wedding day has dawned bright and fair, and the events of the wedding are a thing of the past, particularly for Tracy. She can't remember anything. She can't think of anything without propping her eyes open with her fingers. She can't even see anything. To comfort her in this predicament comes the little old comforter, Dinah. How do you feel, Tracy?
Oh, fine.
You look horrible.
I know.
Tracy, I hate to get married and go away.
I'll miss you, darling. I'll miss all of you.
You know, I had the funniest dream about you last night.
Did you?
I dreamed I got up and went over to the window. And guess what I dreamed I saw coming out of the woods?
I haven't the faintest idea. A skunk?
Well, sort of. It was Mr. Connor.
Mr. Connor?
Yes, with his both arms full of something. And guess what it turned out to be?
What?
You!
Me? Mr. Connor was carrying me?
Carrying you! Wasn't it funny? It looked sort of like you were coming from the pool.
Pool? I'm going crazy. I'm standing here solidly on my own two hands and going crazy. Then what?
Then after a while I opened my door a crack and there he was in the hall, still coming along with you, puffing like a steam engine. His wind can't be very good.
Oh, then what?
Well, then he... yes.
I couldn't possibly.
Then he just sailed right into your room with you. And that scared me. So I got up and went to your door and peeked in to make sure you were all right. And guess what?
What?
You were. He was gone by then.
Gone. Of course he was gone. He was never there.
I know, Tracy.
Well, I should certainly hope you did.
Oh, it was just a dream, I guess. Tracy, Dexter says so too.
Dexter? Dinah Lord, you little fiend. If you told Dexter...
Oh, morning.
Hello.
I'm testing the air. I like it, but it doesn't like me. Well, hello, Dinah.
How do you do, Mr. Connor?
Did you have a good sleep?
Oh, wonderful. And you?
All right, mathematic.
Readers. Welcome.
Welcome, friends. We're doing a radio play.
Doing a radio play.
Marvelous. Have you ever seen a handsomer day?
Oh, well, never. What had set you back?
I got it for nothing for being a good girl.
well, Dinah, how are you?
Don't worry, I'm going.
Why should you?
Well, I guess you must have things you wish to discuss. Only remember, it's getting late.
Oh, that Dinah. She's always trying to make up situations.
Oh. Well...
What's the matter with your chin?
Oh, does it show very much?
A little. What happened?
Well, I guess I stuck it out too far.
Into a door? In the dark?
Well, yeah, that's it. Well, Tracy, what about you? Are you all right?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Why shouldn't I be? I simply had a wonderful evening. I hope you enjoyed it too.
Well, I enjoyed the last part of it.
Really? Why especially the last?
Well, Tracy, are you asking me?
Oh, you mean the swim.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we did swim, yeah. And so forth, didn't we?
Well, yes, and we did. Oh, Tracy, darling.
Ah, Mike!
Oh, well, what can I say to you? Tell me, darling.
Oh, not anything. Don't say anything, and especially not darling.
Oh, you're going through with it, huh?
Through with what?
What, the wedding?
Why shouldn't I?
Well, you said last night.
Oh, I said a lot of things last night, it seems.
Oh, okay. No dice. Also, no regret about last night, huh?
Why should I have?
Well,
You don't know what I mean. I'm asking you. Tell me straight out. Tell me the reason why I should have. No, don't tell me anything.
all right.
Come on now, Lois. Drink this down. Doctor's orders.
Dexter, what is it?
Just the juice for a few flowers. It's a type of stinger. It removes the sting.
Oh, Dex, don't say that.
Well, why not, Lois?
Nothing will, nothing ever can. Oh, Dexter, I've done the most terrible thing to you.
To me? Oh, I doubt that. I doubt it very much, dear.
Dex, what am I gonna do?
Why ask me, darling? What do I come into it anymore? Aren't you confusing me with someone else? A fellow named Kittredge or something?
George, I've gotta tell him something.
George, who the fuck is George? It's Peter.
I've gotta tell him.
Well, I've got to tell him. You've got to tell him, I suppose. But if he's got any brains at all, he'll have realized by now what a fool he made of himself.
When?
Last night.
Was he there too?
Well, sure.
Oh, good golly, why didn't you sell tickets? Say something, Dex, say anything.
No, you do.
Oh, Dex, I'm such an unholy mess of a girl.
Oh, now that's no good. That's not even conversation.
But never in my life, not if I live to be 100, will I ever forget how you tried to stand me on my feet again today.
How many lines is that so far?
I don't know.
Okay. Go on, you're in great shape. Tell me, what did you think of my wedding present, huh? I like my presents at least acknowledged, you know.
Dexter, it was beautiful.
Oh, yeah?
And sweet, Dex.
Well, yeah. She was quite a boat, the true love, wasn't she? She was yar.
She was, yeah, all right. I was, wasn't I?
Not very. Oh, you were good at the bright work, though.
I made a shine.
Mm-hmm. I'm designing another one now, along more practical lines.
What do you call her?
I thought the true love Shecket.
Dexter, if you call any boat that, I promise I'll blow you out of the water. I'll tell you what you can call her if you like.
What, darling?
In fond remembrance of me, the easy virtue.
Now, shut up. I can't have you thinking things like that about yourself.
Dexter, what am I supposed to think when I don't know. I don't know anything anymore.
Oh, well, that sounds very hopeful, Red. Yeah. That sounds just fine.
Tracy, we're almost ready. Stand up, dear. Let me see your dress.
Mother,
Oh, look, dear. It's lovely. George will be right over. Oh, here. I forgot. Here's a note he sent you this morning.
A note?
Good morning, Mr. Connor. Hello, Mrs. Embry.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
By the way, Dexter, Miss Sydney Kidd telephone. Mr. Sydney Kidd telephone. I was to tell you that you win. Whatever on earth that means.
Creepy clowns, everybody. Thank you, Arsenal Roy 2K.
Alrighty.
Fine.
Well, I have a feeling it won't be so hard to resign now.
And barefooted one.
Well, Red. I'm afraid this is the deadline.
So is this.
Listen, everybody, it's from George. My dear Tracy, I want you to know that you will always be my friend. But you conduct yourself last night was so shocking to my ideals of womanhood that my attitude toward you and the prospect of a happy, beautiful life together has been changed materially.
Tracy!
Oh, hello, George. Come and listen.
Tracy, in front of all these people.
It's only a letter from a friend. They're my friends, too. Here's the last of it. Your breach of common decency certainly entitles me to a full explanation before going through with our proposed marriage. In the light of day, I am sure you will agree with me. Yes, George, I quite agree with you.
That's all you have to say?
What else?
On the very eve of your wedding, an affair with another man.
Oh, now wait just a minute. Kittredge, it may interest you to know that this so-called affair consisted of exactly 2 kisses and a rather late swim.
Thanks, Mike, but there's no need to defend me.
After which, I deposited Tracy in her room and promptly returned down here to you two, which doubtless you'll remember.
Doubtless, without a doubt.
You mean to say that that's all there was to it?
I do.
Was I so unattractive, so distant, so forbidding, or something you just couldn't,
Well, this is fine talk, too.
I'm asking a question.
You were extremely attractive, but you were also a little worse or better for wine, and there are rules about that.
Thank you, Mike. I think men are wonderful.
Cucumber.
What the fuck page are we on?
No,
We're on 59?
Yeah.
Little dears!
Then if it hadn't been for the drink last night, all this might not have happened.
Apparently nothing did. What made you think it had?
Well, I'm not going to quibble, Tracy. Let bygones be bygones now. What do you say?
Yes, and goodbye, George.
Don't understand.
Please, goodbye. You're too good for me, George. You're 100 times too good.
But
And I'd make you most unhappy. Most. That is, I do my best to.
all right, possibly it's just as well.
Yes, I thought you'd finally come to that conclusion.
I have a feeling you had more to do with this than anyone.
Possibly, but you were a great help.
You and your rotten class.
Right.
Class, my eye.
You're on your way out, the lot of you, and good riddance.
Oh, well, there goes George.
Hey, come on, they're waiting for you.
Oh, my sainted aunt.
Well, don't just stand there. You better think of something.
Whoa, man.
Shut the door, shut the door.
Oh, wow, what's going on? They closed the door. What's happening?
Dex, did you see them out there, the welter of faces?
My, they look solemn.
What in the name of all that's holy am I to do?
Oh, Tracy,
Yes, Mike.
now look, I got you into this thing and I'll get you out. Will you marry me, Tracy?
No, Mike, thanks, but, no.
Oh, why not?
Yeah, thanks for the sub.
Because I don't think Liz would like it, and I'm not sure you would, and I'm even a little doubtful about myself. But I am beholden to you, Mike. I am most beholden.
Oh, but they're in there. They're waiting.
Mike, don't get too conventional all at once, will you? There'll be a reaction.
Come on, cheer up, Red. It'll be all right. You've got to get out all the James before.
Tracy?
Mother?
It's all right, dear. Your father will make a very simple announcement. Is there anything special you want me to say, Tracy?
No, I'll say it. Whatever it is, I'll say it. I won't be got out of anything anymore, thanks. Tell them to stop the music.
Tracy, listen.
Dex, What can I say?
Just open that door and go ahead. I'll prompt you.
All right.
Oh, hey, she's coming out.
Oh, this is a shithole fun.
Where's the groom?
Ladies and gentlemen, Dext. Well, Dext.
Uh-oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, 2 years ago, I did you out of a wedding in this house by eloping to Maryland.
2 years ago, you were invited to a wedding in this house, and then I did you out of it by eloping to Maryland.
Right, which was very bad manners.
Which was very bad manners.
But I hope to make it up to you by going through with it now as originally planned.
But I hope to make it up to you by going beautifully through with it now as originally and most beautifully planned.
So if you'll keep your seats for a minute.
So if you'll keep your seats for just a moment.
That's all.
That's all. Dex, are you sure?
Not in the least, but I'll risk it. Will you?
Yes, you bet. You didn't do it just to soften the blow?
Oh, no, Tracy.
Nor to save my face?
Oh, it's a nice little face.
Oh, Dex, I'll be Yar now. I promise to be Yar.
You be whatever you like. You're my redhead. Now are you all set?
All set.
Will you be my best man, Mike?
Well, I'm honored, CK.
Maid of honor, Liz?
Matron of honor, remember, Joe Smith?
How did this ever happen?
Well, come on, let's get in there. See you soon, Red.
See you soon, Dex.
Tracy, darling.
I love you, Father.
I love you too, Tracy.
Never in my life have I been so full of love before.
Come along, come along.
Wait. How do I look?
Like a queen, like a goddess.
And do you know how I feel?
How?
Like a human being.
You're too loud, cucumber.
And so, all America applauds the Philadelphia story and Cary Grant, Katharine Hepburn, James Stewart, and Ruth Hussey. Each contributed time and talent to this radio effort to help win the war. And as we look out on the world tonight, we find that the war has indeed reached a crisis. Lieutenant Stewart, what's your personal slant on our part in the war?
Oh, well, sir, in the army, we like to see everyone stop criticizing our allies in England. The next time, stop before you talk and ask yourself, what have I done that gives me the right to criticize people who fought for 3 years as bravely as the English?
You wouldn't have to bring that up, Jimmy, if everyone realized that, above all, the enemy wants to see our side divided. And now, Cary Grant.
I think that's you.
Well, CB, if I can visit everyone listening tonight, I'd want to convince them of just one thing. We've all got to win this war together against the Dodgers. And by we, I mean the Russians. And by we, I mean the Russians, the Chinese, the English, and the Americans. No, a very wise American, Benjamin Franklin, once said, "We must all hang together, or assuredly we shall all hang separately."
Hang.
As true today as it was 160 years ago, Cary. Now, here's Katharine Hepburn.
I think I would like to ask every mother if she's heard of the crime of Lidice. That's the village in Czechoslovakia where every man was killed by the Nazis. I would ask her to imagine a knock at her door tonight. A knock and a door crashing in. A father and his son dragged out to be shot. The girl and the mother scattered in cruel concentration camps, never to see each other again. I would say to that mother, if our side doesn't win this war, you can cross out the name of Lidice and write in the name of Middletown, USA.
Crime will be remembered, Katharine. Miss Ruth Hussey.
Who was that?
Chunk, I think it's Chunk. I remember you were saying Hussey?
Hussey.
Miss Ruth?
That's Liz, right?
Let's see.
No, it's
Oh, that's me.
Cucumber.
It must be clear by now to all Americans that you can't compromise with the men responsible for Ladisi, but I heard people say that we'd be better off if we could make peace with Hitler now. Isn't it plain? Oh, fuck. And that we must win or surrender, and if we surrender, isn't it plain what we can expect? Applause, applause, applause. It's too plain. There can be no compromise. There is just one long fight, one united fight, shoulder to shoulder with each other and with our valiant allies. But at the end of the road, there's something worth fighting for. A world where you and your family can live in peace and freedom.
Yes, CB, in the world we knew before and will know again. By the way, what is the Victory Theater planning for next week?
Well, next week's Victory Theater will come from New York, Kerry, and one of the Columbia Network's most popular programs will take over for the evening. It's Hit Parade with Barry Wood, Joan Edwards, Mark Warno's Orchestra, and the Hit Paraders, and the lead popular song hits of the week, the same show millions enjoy every Saturday night.
Oh, it's been a very great privilege for me to have a part of this first Victory Theater program, Mr. DeMille. Well, good night, sir.
That's me. Good night, sir.
Good night.
Good night. And good night, good night. This was a brilliant opening night. Good luck, Lieutenant. We sell soap and shit. Our sponsor, the United States government, joins me in inviting you to listen again next Monday night when the Victory Theater presents the Hit Parade with Barry Wood, Joan Edwards, Mark Warno's Orchestra, and the Hit Paraders. This is Cecil D. DeMille saying good night to you from Hollywood.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Victory Theater is your theater, a rallying place where you can meet with your fellow Americans and with your government each Monday night. We shall play certain true facts about the war before you each week. We shall ask you to do something about those facts, and on what you do may depend the safety of your home and the lives of those you love. The United States government thanks the Columbia Broadcasting System and all who contributed their services to tonight's Victory Theater. Heard in tonight's play were Nicholas Joy as Seth, Janet Beecher as Margaret. This is different.
Oh, that's it. Margaret.
Okay. Gordon Gale as George, Leo
Lord.
Cleary, Charles Seal, Norman Field, Verna Felton, Bruce Payne, and Sandra Coles. Our music tonight was directed by Louis Silvers. Your announcer has been John M. Kennedy.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yay, we did it.
Yay, I got a little weirdly dark in the middle of there.
It did. Got a little weird. Got a little dicey.
Comedy.
Ryan told us this is a comedy. That was the romantic comedy.
It technically is.
What?
Back in that time.
The Lois and Peter thing. You
Brilliant.
guys, Haley and Justin. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
That was great.
I could see you guys doing a whole play with those, please.
Which is so funny because, like, usually when well, not usually, sometimes we'll like argue as like strong bad and homestar runner, but never as Peter and Lois. So that was fun.
Well, she's the better Lois. I'm not such a good Peter. So,
Peter's fine.
No, it was solid. It was solid tonight. So yeah.
oh, thanks, pal. Gosh dang it.
He's grumpy.
Create like a pocket stream where we just watch Justin watch sports. No TV audio, just Justin.
But you also have to like have conversations with him. So it's like every once in a while, it's just God damn it.
And it looks like you're looking at me too. So it's like, what did I?
Yeah, that kept happening throughout the night because there was a moment where it's like I think something was going well in the sports and it looked like he was looking at you all adoringly, and then something else happened. Like ah.
Yeah, then he got all frustrated. It looked like he was getting frustrated with you, and it was like, what? Why is he? Oh yeah, the baseball game.
What did she do? She's innocent.
Oh man.
Not because the Dodgers are up by 7.
They're up by,
They're up by
5. But,
We want the Dodgers to win,
no.
No,
No.
on this coast, yes.
but Justin's wrong.
Wait, so it's the Dodgers from where versus the who from where?
Oh, bud.
Is it the California Dodgers, I think? Is it the California Dodgers?
The Los Angeles Dodgers. Oh my gosh, I hate you all. This is the Atlanta Braves.
Oh, the Braves used to not the A team, but like the C team used to be in Richmond.
Huh.
We used to have a giant statue climbing out of the stadium. They removed that.
Is the C team playing right now, and that's why they're losing?
You son of a bitch. I would choke a felted Fred. I don't care.
I'm just asking because I don't know. I don't know about baseball. Huh?
Sure.
Corey, are you talking about their minor? Get out of this inning. Just throw it to him.
Reactions from the rest of you guys. We got 2 more innings to go. So.
Yeah, let's not host. Let's do a watch party. Let's do a watch party. We'll hang out. You know, everyone get a drink.
And he's gone.
All right. Well,
Justin, have a good night.
thank you all. We're gonna pay our love along to Catherine Lynn. She's playing some Genshin Impact. I don't know what that is, but
Looks cute. It looks very,
That's
very cute.
the one that it's like Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the open world game, right?
Yeah, the one that's kind of like a Zelda clone, but I think it's still getting good reviews.
Did it work?
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks fun.
And you can like swap characters as you run around and stuff too.
Thanks, guys, for joining us.
Hold on. It's not working.
It looks, I see it working. It's loading up.
Oh, wait.
Is it?
Bye.
No, the game.
Okay. Well, if it's working, then great.
Just take it to the Discord, Justin.
Yeah, let's go to the Discord. Yell in there.
Yeah.